Nothing breaks my heart and grinds my gears, depending on the context, more than hearing someone say or watching someone feel like, despite eating healthy, they just can't seem to lose any weight. That is why I always tell people that I eat for aesthetics and not for health. Let me explain. I can remember my first year in the gym. I didn't know anything about calories. I just didn't know. Everything I knew about dieting was is what pretty much everyone feels they know. You need to cut carbs. Lies. Don't eat after a certain time. Like, don't eat after dark. Lies. Try intermittent fasting. Or you need to burn it off at the gym. I also, when I thought about the gym, I thought the gym equated to weight loss. And the only way that'll happen is if you do something else that's not sustainable, which is aggressive cardio. Which, by the way, don't do that, because in the end, you're going to look like shit. You're going to lose tons of muscle mass. And that is not me saying don't do cardio, but do not obsess about it. Just like anything else, it is simply a tool. Now, back to what I was saying. I can remember when I felt like, okay, I'm tired of the way I look. I do not like the way that I look. Just so many things I'm struggling with here with my self image, not being able to wear the clothes that I want. I just did not like the way that I look. Also, I was watching my husband battle type 2 diabetes at the time. My oldest daughter became a pre diabetic. And again, even though I didn't have any health conditions, I knew that we all pretty much lived the same lifestyle, ate the same foods, went to work, came home. And in our free time, what we did for happy time was we would go out and eat. That was our way of our family coming together and just talking, just the experience. And we also loved food. We still do. So whenever I was watching them go through all of the, goodness, what's in my hair? Whenever I was watching them running back and forth to the doctor, being prescribed all of these medications and things like that, it just made me think, like, I don't want this to be me. I'll be next. I was also very angry with my daughter, even though I hadn't quite figured it out yet, everything out, like as far as the eating. I just knew that I'm like, no, ma'am, something's got to change. We have got to do something. So she started doing a lot of cardio. And once again, remember, this was the early stages of everything for me and for my daughter as well. But she did get the weight down enough to her A1C rate good enough the doctor was comfortable not prescribing her any medication. So moving forward, even though she fell off from time to time, and at the time my husband was still stubborn and just taking metformin and all these medications and stuff like that, he was still struggling, trying to figure out what to do, and then pretty much saying, he didn't say much at all, but I could tell at the time he could have cared less. Believe it or not, this goes to for everybody that thinks that my husband has always just been in the gym with me and stuff like that. No, it has not always been that way. Trust me, it's been quite the journey. So anyway, I can remember like, okay, well, I'm in the gym, I'm still not seeing results, and I'm thinking everybody's asking me like, Adrian, you be in the gym all the time. Why haven't you lost any weight? And you better put those weights down and quit lifting, because you're going to get big. You're getting bulky. In fact, looks like you're getting bigger. Are you losing any weight? And pretty much like, no, I wasn't losing any weight. And in fact, my first year in the gym, I actually gained 12 pounds. But here's what I was doing. I was eating salads, putting chicken breasts, eggs, tons of ranch dressing, tons of Italian dressing, just everything. My salad, I'm talking a hood salad, okay? A ghetto salad. But I didn't know. I just felt like this is healthy. It's chicken breast and lettuce, tomatoes, eggs, and the dressing's gonna make it taste good. Bacon bits, croutons. All honesty, my salad was probably 1,800 calories. Now, that's not including me getting up in the mornings and making breakfast. Grits, I was scrambling probably like 4 whole eggs. I'm like, oh, that's protein. I need protein. I hear everybody on social media. This was all new to me, and I'm just, they say you need protein, so I'm piling up eggs, grits, cheese, butter. And then later on, my husband and I would go to Chipotle, because I'm like, you know what? That's healthy stuff. So I'm getting the rice, queso, all types of sauces, double meat. I'm thinking double protein, a sweet tea to drink, because I'm like, sodas are bad for you. I'd rather have tea. Tea with real sugar, which equals more calories. I didn't know this at the time. And believe it or not, at this time, I was going to the gym 7 days a week. on purpose. My first year in the gym, I think I went 7 days straight, no matter what came up, for 8 months straight, just to make sure I could build the discipline. So whenever I decided to start taking rest days, I could trust myself to go back. And I was also trying to develop a love for fitness, which is just something that happened for me almost right away. Because once again, I was under the impression, and excuse me, like most people, my people, y'all know what I mean by that, us, think that the gym equates to weight loss, and it doesn't work that way. I always tell people cardio puts you into a deeper calorie deficit, and lifting helps sculpt and shape your body. But if your nutrition is off, you're gonna always be confused and spinning your wheels going down the same dead end road. So, and then once again, so this is the whole video. What I'm saying is this: people will often say, like, I eat healthy, that's not good for you. That, and you look at people, I look at some of those people, and they are typically like, oh my God, like just so overweight. The people that don't drink diet sodas because they're bad for you, or what is it, sugar free, the zero sugar sodas. People that eat nuts and don't eat chips. Okay, a snack bag of Doritos is 250 calories. A can of Planters nuts about the size of a coffee cup, and maybe a little bit wider than a coffee cup, just depending. Anyway, it's like 1,700 calories. The person that loves avocados because they're healthy, or avocado oil, not knowing that avocado oil is 120 calories per tablespoon, but because it's healthy, they're just dousing it all over their food. Hey, I've been there, okay? Meanwhile, these are the same people that can't seem to lose like not even 1 single pound, okay? And you have people that really, they're giving it their all, eating healthy, and they just are so confused and hurt, and they feel like it's something wrong with them. Or maybe I'm just old, or maybe I'm not moving enough. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I can't lose weight. Maybe it's because I'm in menopause or premenopause, or maybe it's my hormones. Maybe my cortisol levels are too high. And in all actuality, your fucking calories are too high. So it wasn't until I got rid of that bullshit mindset and that I'm eating healthy, I had to learn to eat for weight loss, for body recompositioning. That is when things started to take off for me. A year after me being in a calorie deficit, I think I lost about 81 or 87 pounds. It was slow and steady, but I stayed consistent. And just like D Jackson made a post earlier today, I believe it was, that says consistency looks like nothing. I had to pause this video to go back and find her post, but what she said was consistency looks like nothing is happening until everything changes. And that is so true. Mind you, the reason why I say learn to eat for aesthetics and for weight loss, because it's going to challenge your mindset. Hence to the diet sodas and sugar-free, the zero sugar sodas are bad for you. You tell that to someone that's struggling with a sweet tooth that is 120 pounds overweight. It's going to be a lot easier for them, instead of moving everything out of their life that they love as far as food, to be able to kill that craving with something that's not going to bring them any harm, that has 0 calories, so that they could continue losing weight. Same goes for artificial sweeteners. There are literally toxic chemicals in everything these days, including the air that we breathe, laundry detergent, toothpaste, meats that we eat. Vegetables are sprayed down with the shit, for crying out loud. What you have to understand, another reason why I say I don't eat for health, I eat for aesthetics, and the health just follows. But there is no way on this fucking earth that if I was still 247 pounds, that I would still be putting in all the work that I put in now, dialing it in with my nutrition and training the way that I do, but especially the nutrition, because that's the hardest part. So for someone struggling with your weight, people lie, and I'm not going to say lie, because I do know people that eat for health. My husband does it for health. A lot of people are sitting up right now with type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and all of these things, and the doctor pretty much telling you, hey, you need to figure something out. You need to lose weight. You need to start, you need to join the gym, or maybe start walking. But they could give a, they don't give a shit. Most people will initially set out and like, I'm trying to get healthier. I want to be healthy. And the truth is, you want to look damn better. You want to feel better. But when you develop and create the look, you'll have a lot more about yourself and about the entire process in general. And for me, in all honesty, it's 75% aesthetics, probably maybe 60. I don't know. It's more so aesthetics than it is health. But of course, everybody wants to be healthy. I mean, that's just a dumb question. Everybody wants to be healthy, but not everybody's willing to do what it takes to be healthy. Everybody also wants to look good. But unfortunately, because you can't do it overnight, most people are not willing to do what it takes to look their absolute best either. But hopefully, y'all get where I'm going with the whole scenario. The reason why I always say I eat for aesthetics and not for health, because honestly, they are not the same, but eventually they can both work together. I hope that that makes sense.